Hello and welcome to Thursday's morning show with Sybil and Matt.
Today we're talking about relationships. In our online dating series, we're asking just what is the social etiquette when meeting people online?
Relationship expert John Farrelly will be answering all your relationship problems.
But first, social networking events have become one of the newest ways to meet friends, business contacts, or even potential partners. Our first guest, Liz Rogers, joined a social networking group after she moved over here from England recently, knowing no one.
I'm Liz Rogers. I'm currently living in Dublin. I moved there in February. Before that I was living in Leeds, and then before that in Geneva, so I've moved around quite a bit. Well, coming here from work did mean that I had no social group already, so I needed to find some friends. And yeah, at weekends you're left with either going home to your old group of friends or trying to make some new ones. So yeah, I think it is quite difficult to find people. So I joined Cosmopolitan Events, where they organise events you can just turn up to by yourself, which was great for me, because happy to go and talk to anyone as long as I've got a forum to do that and feel that the people around me are open to that. So really helpful. It's nothing about dating. It's to meet anyone, mates, just people to spend some time with and get to know. So it's none of the marketing around Cosmopolitan Events is anything about finding a partner. Yeah, it's worked well for me. I've been to a number of events, I've met a number of people, and it just makes me feel like I've got something to do, you know, completely outside of work, you know, with different people that I wouldn't get to meet otherwise.
Well, Liz joins us now. Thank you for joining us too. We better point out to people as well that Liz has worked around the world. She's not on the run, okay? Nor is she an international spy, although something as glamorous as that, I suppose, would be a nice conversation opener, wouldn't it? Yes, I'm an international spy.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you have moved around an awful lot over the past couple of years, haven't you?
Yeah, a fair bit.
I mean, this is your fifth placement within your work, your fifth country, isn't it?
Yeah,
or
in 10 years.
Fifth city, etc.
Fifth city, yeah.
So it doesn't leave you much time to make friends and, you know...
No, you need to get going quickly and before you move on again.
Where were you before this, the last time?
I was living in Leeds and working in Harrogate.
So you've moved, like, it was Geneva before that.
Mm-hmm.
So these short stops, we assume they're short stops, or does it run for a while?
Well, up to a couple of years it seems to be, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so the feeling I get when you're moving from city to city like this is that there must be a great feeling of loneliness when you arrive into a new place.
It's exciting to start off with, but then if you don't get going and find some people to hang out with, then yeah, absolutely it can get lonely. And I'm lucky to have a great support network, but they are back in the UK, to be fair, and I know that if I'm going to be happy, I need to make some friends quickly, or I will start to feel really lonely.
So the job came up in Dublin, and they said, do you want to move to Dublin? And you were like, well, yeah, why not? I don't know anybody, but I mean, yeah, I'll give it a go.
Yeah.
So you landed over here, and what did you do? I mean, you must have been sitting there at the first weekend going, okay, who, you know, TV, or who am I going to hang out with, or what went through your mind?
Yeah, unpack, and then figure out something to do. Otherwise you turn out boring. If all you're going to do is go to work and then hang around by yourself for the rest of the time, it's not going to be worthwhile. So.
Are you from a large family?
I'm the oldest of four.
Right, so that is a busy house.
Yeah, it used to be.
So there'd be a lot of noise going on when you were growing up, and then you go to this din, the silent din of a new place in a new city. So you need to get out and socialise.
That's right.
Did you instantly make friends in work, or was it a gradual process?
I don't think you can instantly make close friends anyway.
Well, you're not going to instantly make close friends even in a few months.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the people at work are great, and you've got to have work and you've got to have stuff outside of work. For me, I want that balance, so I needed to get out and meet some people that weren't connected to work at all.
I was just saying, like, if you did move to a new country, like, how would you make friends? I mean, join a gym. I had said, would you join a gym? And you were like, yeah, but you don't make friends at the gym. You work out and you leave.
Exactly.
So where else can you make friends?
Well, that was the question, and I was lucky enough to have some help from a relocation company to just get me sorted so I could start work. And then they suggested Cosmopolitan Events to me to just get out and meet some people. So I joined up pretty soon after I moved.
Okay, and this is well, it's a relatively new company. It's one I never it's different from a dating agency because it's a kind of a company that holds social events where you can, you know, make work contacts, business contacts, and you can make friends at. And I met the owner of the company this morning, and she filled me in a bit more about it. Take a look. So Catherine, we're here in the Private Members Club residence just off the Stephen's Green in Dublin, where some of your events take place.
That's right, yes.
Can you kind of talk us through what exactly would happen on a night when people would come here?
Okay, well basically, typically on a night I would start the event at about 7:30 or 8 o'clock. I've introduced a meet and greet time recently, so say for example it's 8 o'clock, 8:30, everyone hopefully is here, and then we'll say, okay, now it's my job to facilitate introducing everybody around the room and making sure if there's somebody who seems shy that, you know, I look after them a little bit more than maybe the more confident people, that type of thing. And then sometimes, not every time, I have a drinks reception and a canapes reception included in the price, or sometimes I just have a basic price ticket. It all depends on the night and what's going on.
Would the people coming know anything about the other people? Would they have met them before, or would they have any idea who was on the list? Or
yeah, sometimes I'll tell people in advance who's coming. It depends on the event, because some of the events are full of members who I know have already met each other before, that type of thing. But I have to also be aware of people's respect for privacy, so maybe they wouldn't want me to tell people who they are in advance, so it totally depends. So I'd always check with them first as well. It totally depends on the night, you know, but usually I'd send an email a day before to say this is what's happening, we've got X amount of people coming along, try to be on time, that type of thing. So then on the night they arrive and we mingle, and people just feel more comfortable, leaning towards talking to that person or this person. It depends, really, yeah.
So people essentially, they're coming for a number of reasons. A, to make friends.
Yes.
B, to make work contacts.
Yes.
And C, possibly to find romance.
That's exactly it. Yes, exactly. So as I was just saying to you there, I had a 1-year anniversary party here in residence on the 1st of February, and a lady met somebody that night, and they're still together, and so I'm delighted about that.
So you go around introducing people to people, and then you leave them up to their own devices. Have many people kind of got together in the past?
Well, I suppose they wouldn't always tell me, and I wouldn't delve too much. If they feel like telling me, I'll let them know. But there have been quite a few successful nights, I suppose.
I suppose what would set you apart from, let's say, other networking or dating agencies out there? I mean, you're kind of bill yourself as exclusive.
Yes.
You only have meetings in very kind of plush surroundings.
That's right. Yes. Yeah. Well, that in itself, I mean, even the fact that I use residents for a lot of my events is I think is kind of a unique aspect of the business. I don't know anybody else who does use the club, and it's somewhere that people, if for one reason only they love to come into this club, and then anything else is an added bonus on top of that, so that's nice. So it's always I always hold things in nice venues, in VIP suites in Crystal, in Lily's, and wherever around town. It's, I suppose the latest spot. It totally depends on what's going on. Obviously things are changing a lot with the bar and club scene at the moment, so we have to move with the times.
Yes, and Catherine joins us now. But before we get around to chatting to you, Catherine, how was Cosmopolitan Events for you? You were advised to join up and sign up. What was the first thing you did?
First thing I did was a cookery evening, which was great. You could watch recipes being cooked, got to eat them, and then go out drinking afterwards. Bonus.
Somebody else cooked the food. You had to eat.
I know, it's a hard life.
Force it down.
It's tough,
yeah.
isn't it? So it works for you.
Absolutely, yeah. It gives me something to do that I can just turn up to, no effort. Catherine's got it all organised. I can go and make some mates. It's great.
Does the fact, and Catherine, you'll be able to join in on this, but I'll put the question to Liz first. The fact that it is a social network, it's not dating. It can be if you want it to be, but it's professional. It's social networking. The fact that awkwardness of a dating night, the fact that it's taken away, does that make it a bit easier?
I think it's easy because you're with a group of people who are in exactly the same position as you. They've chosen to go there and meet people. So for me, I just feel I can turn up and I'm not nervous at all, feel completely at ease, and then can just go and have a good time, whichever way I want to do that.
So, Catherine, would the people be going to these events so far? Are they mostly single, or, I mean, are married people going, or what's the story?
Oh, it's a total mix, to be honest with you, and I don't always ask them those details at the outset. So, you know, I'll usually chat to them on the phone, or they'll send me an email, or a huge proportion of it is friends of friends and that type of thing. So usually on the night or whatever the event is, I'll get chatting to them and find out, you know, what their needs are, or what they, you know, what they need. Do they need to make friends, or would they like to meet somebody? Usually they would feel more comfortable telling me that after they've met me and they've, you know, for a couple of hours and got to know me a little bit, because there has to be an element of trust there as well. So, yeah.
So it's open to everybody, because even the married people who are going along, they're trying to develop a circle of friends, or a new circle of friends, or for business people, they're trying to develop their business. I'd love to know, where did the idea come from?
Well, I'm similar to Liz in that I moved around to different countries a lot when I was growing up, so now I know what it's like as well to have to start from scratch meeting people, and it's very difficult. So but I just saw there was a niche there. I did a lot of research. I worked in the Irish Times before I set up this business, and I used to organise a lot of staff events there. And before that I worked in corporate travel in London. So it was like an almost natural progression for me. It's definitely my niche. So I just wanted to come up with something that was slightly different. Anything that I found out there seemed to be more geared towards specific professional networking, or very casual, or obviously specifically dating, but there was nothing that seemed to be in the middle for people to just, you know, relax and enjoy the evening and take what they want from it.
And how have you been getting people to come? I mean, has it been word of mouth, or?
Yeah, a huge proportion of it is word of mouth, which is great, because at least I know that what I'm doing is working. A lot of it is also via, you know, networking sites like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Plaxo. I'm on them all, so and I can create events on all these sites. So each time I create an event, for example, on Facebook, I get people adding themselves to my event, so I can look at their profile and see if they're you know, if they fit the demographic, and that's how it goes. So each time I hold an event, there's more and more people coming on board, and it's there's more awareness, obviously. So,
what would something like it cost to join? Because I mean, we've looked at dating services in the past that have been quite expensive. Like, what's your fees?
Well, what I do is for the first person who wants to come to the first event can come just for the cost of the event. The events are usually 15 to 20 euro would be the standard, but that's different. If it's a cookery event like the one Liz attended, then the cookery package would be included. So it depends. So they can come to one event, see what they think, meet me, meet some of the members, have a feel for what it's all about. If you want to come back the next time, that's fantastic. They would join as a member then. So I charge 175 euro per year, 90 euro for 6 months, and 50 euro for 3 months. So it's not, you know.
Okay, and then people pay for the events as they go along.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and everything's prepaid online as well. So, say for example, if I hold an event on a Friday, I'd have the deadline the previous Monday or something like that. So
so people aren't handing cash over at the door to get in.
Yeah, exactly.
They've been invited. They're members of the club, and they just arrive. There's an exclusive feel to it all.
Well, I suppose it's exclusive in a way in that we always do use very nice venues. I always try and make sure that Crystal, for example, always throw in platters of food, that type of thing, and there's always a special element because we're always in the VIP suite. So I always try and give people that little bit extra if I can, you know, get the venues to work with me in that regard. So, it's great. Yeah.
Does it, because it's not essentially dating, does it have to be 50% male, female, or how does that work? Or do you try and balance it?
Well, it's always nice to have an even balance of guys to girls, of course, for things. Some events I've have had more guys than girls, some have had more girls. Generally, it's 60 girls to guys, but then, you know, I've had some events where I've had 70% guys. It totally depends on the night and who's around and who's interested. You know, one guy might bring 5 of his friends on one night, and then suddenly you realise that, you know, you've got more guys walking in the door than girls, so it depends. But the thing we were talking about this morning was the Cosmopolitan Dates that I'm setting up for the beginning of November, and that's specifically dating, so we will have an even balance of guys to girls for that, obviously, you know.
So it's blossoming.
Yes,
diversifying, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Diversifying.
relationships have already been formed, which is good.
Yeah,
Sounds like a
it
great
does, yeah.
idea, doesn't it? It really does.
Yeah, well, both of you are staying with us because we want to
Okay.
hear what you have to say about our next guest.
No,
But
thank
coming up after the break, are you dating online? We'll be discussing how the best way to communicate on the internet. So stay with us.
In the first of our online dating series, we showed you how to set up your profile. But now that you're online, what is the best way to initiate contact and communicate with prospective suitors?
Helena Davis, dating coach with tv3.ie/dating, is here now to offer her advice. And good morning to you, Helena.
Good
We
morning.
missed you on the sofa over the past few weeks.
Yeah.
Well, we were all engrossed in mother
We
and
were all
babies.
mother and baby
Mother and
last
babies,
week. So tell us, for those online daters out there, you see someone's profile, you see a photo that you like, you read the description, and you decide, I actually want to meet this person. What's the first thing that you should do? Do you wink them? Do you nudge them? Do you private message them? Do
You poke them,
do you poke them?
depending.
What's the plan of action?
I think the plan of action will be completely different for every person online, and there are a few different strategies that might